Welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we will do a quick review of gems. What to buy and what to avoid. Videos like this might be very useful for new players, which are not sure what should they pick yet. Besides, I also wanted to mention that in such a situation it is worth investing in universal gems. Currently, there are many of them. This will allow you in the future in avoiding unnecessary rebuilding of your character from the very beginning. So the list I would like to open with Oxygen Taco, and despite the fact that the gem appears to have fairly strong mechanics, this 30% block chance activates only on PvP because mobs have no critical hits. Unfortunately, after the recent changes, block chance is much less effective. Plus, it's a 1-star gem, so it only adds 150 resonance value. All of this makes it a gem that personally I would not pick for myself. I believe that you will get a higher survival rate by using gems with higher resonance. However, versatility-wise, it's simply for anyone. Next is Freedom and Devotion. If you are a beginner summoner, then I strongly recommend you to choose this legendary gem. Although other classes have summons as well, it is definitely more useful for the necromancer. But remember, if you stop using summons, this gem will be useless for you. So it is definitely not a versatile solution. A versatile solution is Blessed Pebble, since each class uses beneficial effects, and this gem increases Mother Lament duration, so for free-to-play players it is something definitely worth to have. Additionally, boosts your movement speed after buff. If you want to increase your area damage, therefore Chained Death will be a versatile solution for everyone. However, amount of damage bonus is quite low if you compare it to other gems, so pick it only if you don't have better options or really have to. To increase the speed of your basic attacks and a little bit of their damage, take Carson's Invigoration. However, I recommend it only when the main source of damage is a primary attack. Otherwise, I would focus more on increasing the overall damage rather than that from a specific source only. This brings us to the first of two, in my opinion, best 1-star gems, Berserker's Eye. Very versatile solution for literally everyone because of the high bonus to damage and slightly less to critical chance. This gem should be your first choice in this game. I can't recommend it enough. However, for PvP, I would advise choosing something else because of the increased receiving damage. And finally, Everlasting Torment. I believe that by many a very underrated gem. It is an inexpensive and ideal activator for 2-star gem Pain Clasp and Banquet of Eyes set bonus. By using this gem, you basically don't have to worry about applying dots with your skills. In addition, for each mob under the effect of this gem, you get an additional 6% to your attack speed. It will significantly increase the dynamics of your character. It is a strongly versatile gem that is definitely worth buying. Next will be 2-star gems. As a first, Cutthroat's Grin. I'm not surprised that people often ask about this gem, seeing the significant critical hit bonus. However, given that it is necessary to attack from behind, therefore I think this is an option that is only good for characters who fight at close range, which can quickly change their position. So it's definitely not a versatile solution, and I would just choose Mother's Lament. Worth mention that it does not work for summons. Another gem that doesn't work for summons is Fervent Fang, but accept the Necromancer Summoner. This is one of the best PvE gem which will significantly increase your damage. Unless you are playing Necromancer, obviously. Not sure if I already mentioned that. So it's a very versatile solution for any class. Unfortunately, the gem cannot be created. You can only get it by buying a battle pass. This is a misfortune, but not for necromancers. But for a gem that is made exclusively for the necromancer, certainly is a follower's burden. So I like this gem, but am not. This is a gem that will be very useful for you when playing summoner, and useless if you just change the build to something other than summons. So versatility-wise, it is one of the worst gem in game. Invest in it only if you are sure that you are not going to play with any other build for the next few decades. Up to a certain point, Abiding Curse was an interesting gem because of the increased damage to cursed opponents. However, after the implementation of the new 2-star gems, I believe there are better solutions in the game. However, it is a fairly versatile gem for any class. Similar situation as with Lighting Core. Bonus of the gem is really interesting, especially for classes that move and attack fast. However, the 20-second cooldown of this effect doesn't really convinces me to buy it. Bloody Reach is, in my humble opinion, one of the best 2-star gems, obviously, for the ranged classes. This makes its versatility rather average. Unless you are only going to play with this type of class, then this is definitely a good option. Many are concerned that they will not reach its maximum potential. However, in practice it is not difficult, and its huge damage bonus makes it good, even when for most of the time you only get 75% of that bonus. Another is Power and Command. If only your character uses alternate primary attack and skills, so this will be a good gem for you. It's worth mentioning that the gem doesn't work for summon, so keep that in mind. Despite the fact that many players consider this gem to be the best 2-star, in my opinion, due to the alternation of the effects, we are unlikely to use the full bonus unless you play Demon Hunter, but still it's pretty solid option for almost everyone. Kier Sling is a relatively cheap option to increase your survival rate on PvP because of the built-in crowd control mechanics. However, it often activates at the wrong time, so its long cooldown means that in such situation, you don't get any bonus using this gem. And although it has a pretty interesting bonus to damage, I don't recommend using it on PvE. This bonus will not work on bosses for obvious reasons. The best damage booster in the game for me is definitely Pain class. It's obvious and you cannot argue with it. Many people are concerned about how to activate this gem and about the need to use dot or other skills. However, in practice, it is enough that you have an everlasting torment or seeping bile. This means you won't have to focus on using specific skills, which makes this gem very versatile and a great solution. Mother's Lament. If you still don't have this gem, then I have no idea what you are doing with your life. Ideal for anyone, but especially for builds that don't have a high chance of a critical hit. It is worth mentioning that critical hits inflict at least double the base damage, so it is a must-have option. Unfortunately, this gem is not extended to pieces of Vithis. However, you can increase this gem duration by using the beneficial duration from affixes or reforges. In the case of 5-star gems, it's most likely that if you manage to get one that has 4 or 5 stars, you'll most likely want to use, no matter what. Therefore, here I would like to focus only on the effects beyond resonance. BSJ is a really good choice to significantly increase your quality of life, with 10% to the movement speed already on the first rank. It is often the first choice for players. I also highly recommend it because of its versatility. Another very useful gem is Bottled Hope, also very versatile if only your character uses any beneficial effect. Even if not, it is worth mentioning that Bloom Cask activates the hope on its own without your action. The only downside of this gem is that only one hope can be active in the party, which results in losing the full potential of this gem. Another very good and versatile gem is Seeping Bile. However, it is worth mentioning that it has a relatively low activation chance. Not big deal for PvE. However, for battlegrounds it might be a problem. In addition, its duration is reduced by the resistance of the opponent. Starfire Shard is one of the new gems, with a very impressive bonus. Considering that meteorites also activate from quite a distance, this makes it a great source of extra damage for literally any build. If your character will focus heavily on primary attacks, and in addition has attack speed bonuses, then Gloomcast is perfect gem to greatly improve it. Not a very versatile choice, unfortunately, but not the worst either. Quite similar as the Echoing Shade, clones get a bonus to damage from primary attack, but instead of attack speed here, summons damage can change a lot. So if all your reforges and affixes focus on these bonuses, you will make excellent use of this gem. So this is a very good option for pure summoner. However, I would not count too much on clones in PvP. Chip is a very good gem to increase your burst damage. Of course, if your build contains skills with total loss of control. What is typically used in PvP? PvE-wise, this burst is quite good, but unfortunately the gem cannot be activated on boss fights, so I would only focus on this gem if you can find a use for it on battlegrounds. We can say almost same thing about Concentrated Will. In this case, the effect will occur everywhere, but only after using dash, which for most classes, unfortunately, will not find much use. Great gem, but completely not versatile. About this gem I can only speculate, because I could not test it yet. Spiteblood PvP-wise seems to be great pick because of damage bonus, I have no doubts. However, when it comes to invulnerable to primary attack, I think that at this point it all depends on what part of your opponent's total damage is primary attacks. So whether this bonus is useful or not depends on the opponent and the current meta. However, it should be assumed that in any case the damage received will be reduced at some point. The question is how much. If you are interested in detailed information about gems and sets, in the video's description is a link to a great website. I am not affiliated with it in any way, but I think someone did a quite good work and it is fair to share. If you enjoyed the episode, then don't forget to leave a like. Consider subscription to be updated with new videos. And as always, thanks for watching.